Man, this is Grams.
This is Yuna.
And I'm Mr. Mojo.
And we are from
Morgan
Morgan
Heritage.
Heritage. Keep it locked.
This is not a lasting divine conception of the heart. Hey, hey, you don't have to dread to be Rasta. Oh no, you don't have to dread. This is not a dread lasting divine conception of the heart. River Jordan, hey, don't be afraid of Jehovah burning fire.
Music as a birthright and growing up in a family of musicians. Their father, the legendary Denroy Morgan. Morgan Heritage remains a reliable, influential, and a crossover reggae outfit. Live and direct in the place, we have Mojo, all the way from Morgan Heritage. Good evening, Mojo.
Yes, good evening. How you doing?
It's always a pleasure to link up with the family, and we give thanks to Malaika for the interview connection. Strictly Roots is out, and you guys are promoting it. What is the enigma with Morgan Heritage and the word Roots? Because ever since I began listening to Morgan Heritage, that word never misses.
Well, I mean, in everything in life, you have a root, right?
Yes.
So we have a lot of emphasis on that because we value where we come from. And if you don't value where you come from, you cannot stand firm in the future. You can do okay, but you can be much stronger if you have an understanding and a value of where you come from. So the root of our origin, the root of our life, the root of our existence, the root of our inspiration, is very important for us. So we make a lot of emphasis on that within our lyrics. Now, Strictly Roots, the new album, is our 10th studio album. When we say Strictly Roots, it's not about roots reggae music. It's about the root of reggae music, which is Jamaica. Now, out of Jamaica, you have many different styles of music. You have dancehall, you have ska, you have rocksteady, you have reggae, you have mento. So on this album, we explore a lot of those different sounds. That's why we say Strictly Roots. And the roots that we represent culturally is that we are American born to Jamaican parents, and we know that everything goes back to Africa. So Strictly Roots is the embodiment of a musical, universal message that anyone can relate to.
The album unites third-generation ambassadors of some of the biggest reggae families, that is the Marleys and the Heritage. Tell us a bit about working with Joe Mercer and Jamie.
Joe Mercer is a very talented young man. He's the future of the Marley legacy. He's the son of Stephen Marley. He's a very dear friend of mine, and he is the grandson of Bob Marley, as you know. For us, it's important for us to show where we're going from generation to generation. And by, collaborating with our nephew, grandson, Denroy Morgan, and Joe Mercer Marley, we are sending a message that the future of reggae music is in good hands.
So, we've been seeing things on Instagram, and we've seen Grams Farm, and we've seen recently Yuna has decided that she's going to launch a fragrance.
Yes.
Also, your sister Tamima has released a book.
Taliba, yes.
Taliba. So tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, Taliba is a very talented cinematographer in her own right, and she decided to take up writing outside of the filming industry. And after having her child, she just found a calling. And the book was a wonderful creation, and we support her 100%.
So how was the vibes at Catch a Fire?
Catch a Fire was historic on so many levels, because when you have two different generations of reggae dynasties sharing the stage night in, night out, it sends a message. It sends a message to musicians, it sends a message to artists, it sends a message to the promoters that Jamaican reggae music is still alive, but we also identify that reggae has gone global. And that's why you see on this album we have so many different features. You know, it's the most features we've ever had on a Morgan Heritage album because reggae music is coming from all places now. Australia have and New Zealand have their own reggae star. The South Pacific have J-Boog. America have Soja and Revolution who are featured on the album. J-Boog also featured on the album. Jamaica have new talent like Chronix, who is featured on the album Rising. You know, and the veterans are still present, waving the flag high when you see people like Shaggy on the album. So it's just a musical journey, and at the same time, it's a universal message.
On your interview with Gussie from London, you said that it's a growth from VP Records, the graduation to CTBC. Can you just give us a brief about that?
CTBC Music Group is our label that we release the new album on. It's our first release on our independent label. CTBC is an acronym for Cool to Be Conscious. Now, it's a graduation simply because we learned a lot from VP over the years on how to present our music to the people. But there came a point where we realized that our audience got younger and they were receiving the music in a different way. And instead of trying to show VP what we are doing or encourage them to try new things, we said, we've learned enough. You go to college for 2, 4, 6, 8 years, you've learned enough. It's time to go and practice what you've learned. So, you know, we're grateful for our years with them, and you can see in the marketing of this album that they were good teachers.
We wanted Grams to be here because every foodie was asking about the Grams Farms Jacks.
Yeah, man. Grams Morgan Farms is taking us back again to our roots as Jamaicans, because jerk is not something from Jamaica. It originates from Africa. When he did his homework and research, they used to use this to preserve the meat so it doesn't spoil. We didn't have refrigeration, 100 years ago.
True.
Right?
Yeah.
So we have to kill this meat, we have to eat this meat, but we can't eat all of it one time. How do we preserve it? And they came up with jerk and to salt the meat. So these things is important for us because many times when we travel, we do a concert and we don't leave anything behind. They're just waiting for the next reggae concert to come.
Yeah.
So by Grams launching this food line with his jerk sauce, hot and mild, his hot pepper sauce, his jerk barbecue sauce, which is first of its kind, where he's bringing together the culture of America where we were born, because Americans love barbecue.
True.
And the jerk, which is our version of barbecue, he combined that flavor, it really gives people a chance to have that moment every day at home. Put on a Morgan Heritage CD, chew on some Grams Morgan Farms jerk barbecue,
Yeah, man.
and say, yeah, I'm gonna take a trip to Jamaica today, right here in my backyard.
Everyone in Kenya is asking, will it be available in Kenya?
Yes, he's working on that diligently.
Yeah.
Since he's been here, he's made a lot of advancement in that aspect, and look out between now and the new year to see Grams billboards all over the place, and Grams Morgan Farms, in every food outlet.
Yeah, give thanks. You talked about the galactic generation and bringing that in together with the Morgan Heritage app and just finding a way to get back to your fans through the app. Can you just tell us a bit about the app?
Yeah, the Morgan Heritage app is a free app. It's available on Android and Apple iOS devices. All you have to do is type in Morgan Heritage. For us, as you mentioned, we look at these kids today, and not just the kids, but even the ones in their 20s that are finishing college. They're very interactive, they're very connected, they have a very short attention span. So that's why I coined the term, the galactic generation, because that's what they are. They're very advanced. These kids are if you go to some of the technological schools around the world, the things that they're creating, they're very innovative. It's 50 years out before you're gonna see some of these things that these kids are creating. You know what I mean? Because the world isn't even ready for some of it yet. But we as musicians, we have to make sure we continue to evolve with technology, and this app is just part of that evolution.
Still sticking to that, and looking at this generation, like you said, when you came back, you realized the gap was so big. Like my dad still listens to Morgan Heritage. I listen to Morgan Heritage.
Yes.
So like, how do you stay rooted and remain relevant to both of these generations, speaking through them with the music?
Not by the grace and mercy of the Most High. It keeps us humble. We don't get high on our own supply. And, for us, the journey is just begun. With all the work that we've done, we still have a lot more work to do. There's 7 billion people on the planet. So like I said, when we came back after the 5-year break and we saw that our audience got 10 years younger, it was like, okay, how do we musically connect with them? Because they're not gonna like, Don't Have to Dread now. They like Don't Have to Dread for what it was. It's a classic. But to make Don't Have to Dread now, it wouldn't connect the same way. So musically, we had to pay attention to the sounds that resonated with this galactic, this new generation of music lovers that are now embracing Morgan Heritage. And that's why you hear the sound is so progressive on Strictly Roots, where we're experimenting with EDM, fusing it with reggae music. We're experimenting with drum and bass, fusing it with reggae music. We're experimenting with rock, we're fusing it with reggae music. R&B was always there, and we bring it all together in a nice fruit bowl. Someone said to me, it's a nice mixture like a fruit salad. So you get a grape, cantaloupe, watermelon, pineapple, apple, mango. There's something in there for everybody. So if you don't like the whole album, you're guaranteed to like at least one of those songs.
From Nairobi, you embark on the Europe tour?
Yes.
From here?
Yes.
Tell us.
The Strictly Roots World Tour is headed to Europe. We're very happy that Kenya was our first stop, because Kenyans are very proud and they make themselves known when they come to our concerts internationally. So it's only fitting that we start here when we as the first country in Africa that we bring the Strictly Roots World Tour to. Now, that being said, Europe hasn't seen Morgan Heritage in concert, in quite some time. So we skipped the festivals this year in Europe intentionally to really go into smaller venues and present this new album live. Earlier this year, we did that via a promotional tour with Grams Peter and myself, just playing the CD, playing the album, and the reaction was phenomenal. So we're expecting sold out concerts all across Europe on this European tour, and we're really looking forward to go back to what built us into who we are, because it was our success in the UK that made us popular in Kenya. It was our success in France that made us popular in Senegal and Ivory Coast. So, we give thanks to the journey, and we're really appreciative of the love and support from our fans, not just in Europe and Africa, but around the globe.
So finally, before we let you go, just give us a parting shot for our viewers, our listeners, that they can expect.
Yeah, just love the life you live and live the life you love. To the youth, be patient, don't rush it, listen to your elders. Life is waiting for you when you become an adult, so enjoy your childhood. To the striving musicians, don't get high on your own supply. When you record a song, don't listen to it 150 times when it's finished recording. Listen to some other artists. Listen to artists in other genres. Find inspiration in other places. And always be prepared to sacrifice, because if you're doing this thing part-time, you're not going to get any results. Anything you do part-time, you're going to get part-time results. So, just embrace life and never lose hope. And remember that the new cool is being conscious, and you don't have to be religious to be conscious.
In this sweet paradise, this is what we
Yeah, man, I'm Mojo Morgan from Morgan Heritage, and we say strictly roots to the world. You're locked into juice today. Keep it locked. This is where it's at. Rockers.
Yeah, son. See? So we want you all to take a picture right now and put it on your social networks. Whether you're working with Twitter, Facebook, anything you're working, blast type on the internet. And let the world know at Summer Jam 2013 had a wonderful time here with Morgan Heritage today. Everybody take your pictures. 1, 2, 3, picture. We are Morgan Heritage Germany. I will say God bless you all continually. Selassie. Hey, hey. Everybody sing. Somebody say yeah. Say yeah. Say ooh, ooh, ooh. Say yeah. Somebody say yeah. Say yeah. Even on the sound, sing along. Hey, tell me how come you never don't receive the education like you never done. You never don't receive the education like you never. Tell me how the values going down and everything going up around town. Tell me how Germany we love you. Life is so hard. In this sweet paradise, this is what we out of midnight. Can you see that? Everyone treated equal. This is what so many die. Yeah, yeah. Thank you all for coming out. Pray with the light of Jack continues to shine through you all. May Christ continually shine through you and I. One divine love, one divine unity, one divine prosperity for all humanity. Till next time, Summer Jam. Shanghai. One God, one aim, one people. Man was Calvin served. One God, one aim, one people. Man was Calvin served. One God, one aim, one people. Man was Calvin served. Hands up, hands up, hands up. Somebody say yeah. Say yeah. Say ooh, ooh, ooh. Say yeah. Summer Jam say yeah. Say yeah. You're beautiful. Thank you.
We are Morgan Heritage, and you just witnessed the return. Remember, it's cool to be conscious. It's cool to be conscious.
Yeah, man, I'm Mojo Morgan from Morgan Heritage, and we say strictly roots to the world. You're locked into juice today. Keep it locked. This is where it's at. Rockers.